You can't even go to the bathroom alone anymore. Every single time, without fail, there they are. 4 tiny paws on the other side of the door, sometimes scratching, sometimes just sitting there in complete silence, waiting notes. Most people laugh about it. "My Chihuahua is obsessed with me," they say, like it's just a funny little quirk of the breed. But here's what almost nobody realizes. That behavior, that refusal to let you disappear behind a closed door, is one of the most psychologically revealing things your Chihuahua does. And if you've been dismissing it as clinginess or neediness, you've been misreading one of the clearest messages they send you every single day. By the end of this video, one of these reasons is going to reframe not just this behavior, but the entire bond between you and your Chihuahua. Stay with me. Let's start with what's really going on. 1. It's not clinginess, it's pack wiring. The first thing most people assume is that their Chihuahua has separation anxiety. And yes, that's real. But following you to the bathroom isn't anxiety in most cases. It's something much older than that. Dogs are pack animals. Their entire psychological foundation is built around staying close to their social group. In the wild, distance from the pack meant danger. Isolation meant vulnerability. The instinct to monitor where every member of the group goes, including you, is not a modern behavioral problem. It's ancient survival programming. And here's where Chihuahuas are different from most breeds. Because of their size, they couldn't rely on physical strength for safety the way larger dogs could, so they leaned harder into social bonding, harder into tracking, harder into staying close to the one presence that made them feel protected. When your Chihuahua follows you to the bathroom, part of their brain is simply doing what it was built to do. Keep the pack together. Know where you are at all times. Don't let the group fragment. That's not neediness. That's loyalty at the neurological level. 2. They think you vanish when the door closes. Here's something that might genuinely surprise you. Dogs experience the world very differently from us when it comes to disappearance. While dogs do develop some object permanence, the understanding that something still exists even when they can't see it, the emotional processing of sudden absence works differently in the canine brain. When you walk through a door and close it, your Chihuahua doesn't think they'll be back in 2 minutes. Their brain registers your absence as an unknown. You were here, now you're not. They can still smell you. They can still hear you, but they can't reach you. And for a dog whose entire sense of security is anchored to your presence, that gap, even a 2-minute gap, creates a low-level stress response. This is especially true for Chihuahuas, who tend to form what behaviorists call hyper-bonded attachments to their primary person. The scratching at the door, the whining, the silent waiting, none of that is drama. It's a dog doing the only thing that makes sense to them, closing the distance. 3. You are their entire safe zone. In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University published something that changed the way we understand dog attachment. They placed dogs in an unfamiliar environment with their owner, then removed the owner and brought them back. What they found was striking. The majority of dogs showed secure attachment behavior. They explored freely when their owner was present, became stressed and withdrawn when removed, and immediately settled when their owner returned. The study wasn't just about dogs missing their owners. It was about what owners actually represent to their dogs at a neurological level. You are not just a person they like. You are their safe base. Their regulated emotional state depends on your proximity. When you're in the room, their nervous system says everything is okay. When you're not, it asks a question it can't answer. And Chihuahuas, emotionally intense, deeply bonded, hardwired to lock onto one person, feel that more acutely than almost any other breed. So the next time your Chihuahua plants themselves outside that bathroom door, understand what's actually happening. Their entire sense of safety just walked into a room and closed the door. Of course they're waiting. And if this is making you see that behavior completely differently, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more Chihuahua owners who actually want to understand their dog on this level. 4. Their size makes your absence hit harder. This is the one most people never think about. There's a stereotype that small dogs are anxious by nature, neurotic, high-strung. People chalk it up to bad breeding or bad owners, but the truth is more interesting than that. Small dogs, and Chihuahuas especially, have a heightened threat detection response compared to larger breeds. Their nervous systems are wired to pick up on environmental changes faster, to notice when something shifts, to track movement, sound, and proximity more intensely. This wasn't an accident. It was adaptation. A small animal in a large world needed sharper awareness to survive. And that awareness, that hypervigilance, is still running in your Chihuahua right now. What that means in practice is this. When you leave a room, your Chihuahua doesn't just notice, they register it. When the door closes, they don't just wait, they monitor. Be honest, have you ever shut the bathroom door and heard complete silence on the other side? That silence isn't peace. That's your Chihuahua standing perfectly still, ears up, listening for you, processing, waiting for the sound that tells them you're still there. That's not a small dog being dramatic. That's an incredibly attuned animal, doing exactly what their nervous system was designed to do. 5. They're reading you before you even move. Here's something even more striking. Your Chihuahua often knows you're about to get up before you do. Bonded Chihuahuas become experts in your micro-behaviors. The slight shift in your posture, the change in your breathing, the particular way you set your phone down when you're about to stand. They read all of it. Research on canine stress detection has shown that dogs can detect changes in human cortisol levels, the hormone released when we're stressed, rushed, or emotionally activated. Your Chihuahua can smell a change in your body chemistry before your body has even acted on it. So by the time you stand up and walk toward the hallway, they've already been watching you for 30 seconds. They knew. They were just waiting to confirm it. This is why the following behavior often feels anticipatory, like they're already at the door before you are, because emotionally, they were already there. They track you not because they're obsessed. They track you because to them, you are the most important variable in their world. Knowing where you are isn't a habit. It's how they stay okay. 6. When they stop following you, pay attention. This is the one I mentioned at the beginning, and it's the one that matters most. What happens when a Chihuahua who has followed you everywhere for years suddenly stops? Most owners don't even notice at first. They enjoy the space. They think maybe the dog is finally growing out of it, getting more independent. But that's rarely what's happening. Chihuahuas are creatures of deep habit and deep bond. When a behavior that has defined their daily routine suddenly disappears, something has changed inside them. Sometimes it's physical. Pain, illness, or fatigue can make movement feel like too much. A dog who stops following you around the house is a dog worth watching closely, especially if they're also eating less, sleeping more, or seem generally quieter than usual. Sometimes it's emotional. A shift in the household, a disruption in routine, a moment of fear they haven't recovered from. Chihuahuas carry emotional experiences longer than most people realize. If something frightened them or changed the energy in the home, they may pull back from the very behaviors that once defined them. And sometimes it's the relationship itself. Repeated negative reactions, frustration, pushing them away, raising your voice when they follow, can teach a Chihuahua that their closeness is unwanted, and so they stop offering it. That nightly scratch at the bathroom door, that silent waiting, that tiny shadow at your heels through every room of the house. They were never being annoying. They were just trying to stay close to the only thing in the world that made them feel safe. And if they stop, really stop, that's not independence. That's a dog who stopped believing the closeness was welcome. So let them in.